What up, y'all? It's your host, I2I35, and this is going to be a video response to of one of my videos about Richard Dawkins' refusal to debate creationists by paradox0999. And he says the reason why they don't believe what we say is because what we say is absurd. Well, let me explain a couple of things for you, Paradox. We do not say that the Earth is over 6,000 years old and that's it. We do not say that people and dinosaurs live together and they called them dragons and that's it. We do not say all this stuff and that's it. There's a lot of legitimate scientific and historical evidence which shows why the evolutionism story in no way is a legitimate science, and it doesn't agree with the official story what evolution tries to say. The evidence is pointing the total opposite direction. And you say, oh, whatever else you might believe about that, I don't care what else you believe. Well, perhaps a belief, as I just told you in one of my former videos, is something that, contemplates the things without proof or evidence. Basically, from my stance, I no longer believe that the Earth is 6,000 years old or that dinosaurs and people live together. I acknowledge and understand that the Earth is young. I acknowledge and understand that people and dinosaurs live together and that they were called dragons and they were killed off and so on. They put them on their pottery, put them on their cave wallings, put them on their stones. They died off, and they're they didn't die off, but they were mostly killed off, and they're really rare right now. And a lot of dinosaurs living in the sea, etc. But you gotta understand, I never present my arguments without data. I've always evidence to back up my stuff. Basically, what I believe is in no way compatible to believing that the moon is made of green cheese or whatever that kind of stuff. No way, this is kind of like, this is totally different. And what you say that, you said that I was born again or like having a revelation from God, it's all like, that's all stupid, you say. You actually said another one, which is basically a cuss word, which I won't repeat. But it's no question why it's foolishness unto you, because God already told me a long time ago that the natural man receives not the things of the Spirit of God because they are foolishness unto him and they are spiritually discerned. And you think people like me are crazy and stuff like that? How about Buddhist monks who burn themselves? How about Hindu priests who tolerate rats and let poor people starve, etc.? What about Shinto religion, which is actually racist and teaches that the Japanese people are the first ever created and the most divine ever, and that's what they used a lot during World War II to kill off other nations and so on, along with the teaching of evolutionism, Darwinian evolution, that kind of like racist attitude and so on. And you say that, like, I would say if a girl was being raped and the guy who was raping her was like, possessed by a demon or Satan and stuff like that, no, that's not basically what I think these days. What I think is, how was he raised? I like to know what his worldview is. How was he raised up? What caused him to become like that? Basically, I'm concerned for a lot of people's ways and the way they're being raised. If they're taught in such a way, there are no such thing as rules. Everything's a coincidence and so on. Basically, that can lead to a lot of social ills. I've repeated this before. No, I haven't put up a video yet. You cannot defend a dying, dangerous, depressing, fallacious, erroneous worldview, which has nothing whatsoever to do with the realm of real science. Okay? And, basically, there's a fact that, what you said about, supernatural stuff like that, basically, no God or stuff like that. Basically, there is evidence that God does love you, and he loves you so much that he wants to put his angels of protection around you. Your faith is basically what drives most of the power to help, you invite God into your life, and that he wants to put his angels of protection around you and protect you from all the bad things that can happen, that it can actually work. Basically, God wants to protect you and stuff like that. And you think why is there so much death and suffering if God is such a loving God? I know I'm beating a dead horse with a stick here, but I'm just going to beat it one more time. The reason is because of the curse of sin. And I do not try to say there's something incredible in the world, it's an act of God or God's will, stuff like that. Basically, you cannot understand the things of God without the Spirit of God. If you got the Spirit of Christ in you, you can understand what's going on and how all things tie together. And if events occur, basically a natural disaster, or if I stub my foot or stuff like that, I don't blame God one bit. I always think it's part of the curse of sin because Satan hates me or because it's something that I did. Those are basically reasonable reasons for, understanding why things are happening around, why things are going into chaos. Okay, that has nothing whatsoever to do with all the bad things happening in the world. He's wanting to restore it, and basically. Death and suffering are not reasons to reject God. They are reasons to reject sin. It's our sinful natures that, that have caused this world to go into chaos, everything decaying, running down, etc. And I think it's about time that a lot of us woke up to the fact that, basically Satan is driving us down the road of destruction, and we ought to wake up to the fact that we are on thin ice, and we ought to spit in Satan's face, listen to God, and understand his fingerprint of creation and so on, and really inform our friends about it, and stop being such simple-minded, narrow-minded sheep. So that's all I had to say for this video. So peace out, everyone. Keep thinking. Jesus bless you. And TTFN, ta-ta for now.